Tonight, I will tell you a tale of a man who was once nothing but became everything. A tale of pain, of struggle, and of triumph. So sit back, listen closely, and let me take you on a journey through time. This is the legend of Bibaku. Bibaku was not like the other boys in his village. He was smaller, quieter, and always lost in thought. He dreamed of being strong, of being someone great, but to everyone else, he was just the weak son of a forgotten hunter. They called him Bibaku the Broken and mocked him as he carried firewood, fetched water, or struggled with tasks the others found easy. They did more than just laugh. They pushed him, they hit him, they stole from him. No one stood up for him. Not even the elders. But something inside Bibaku refused to break. He knew that fate had a different plan for him, but he had to survive long enough to see it. Then, everything changed. The night of the Great Raid. Warriors stormed the village, burning homes, capturing people, spilling blood. Bibaku hid, trembling, but he watched. He watched how the warriors moved, how they fought, how they conquered. And at that moment, he made a vow. He would never be weak again. The next morning, when the ashes settled and the village mourned, Bibaku did something no one expected. He left. He walked into the wilderness, alone, with nothing but the clothes on his back. The bullies laughed, saying he would die within days. The elders shook their heads, believing he was lost. But Bibaku was not lost. He was finding himself. For years, Bibaku wandered. He learned the ways of the land, how to track, how to hunt, how to fight. He studied the warriors of distant lands, training his body until he was no longer weak. The boy they once mocked was gone. In his place stood a warrior with the strength of a lion and the mind of a hunter. One fateful evening, as he rested by a river, he met an old warrior, a man who had once been a mighty general but had chosen exile. This warrior saw something in Bibaku, a fire that had not yet been fully kindled. Under the old man's guidance, Bibaku learned not just how to fight, but how to lead, how to think like a king. The old warrior spoke of honor, of strategy, of ruling not just with strength but with wisdom. And Bibaku listened. One day, he returned not to his village but to another, where warriors gathered for a great contest. The warlords of the land were searching for new champions, and Bibaku stepped forward. The crowd laughed at the stranger with no name, but when the fight began, the laughter stopped. One by one, Bibaku defeated them all. His victory earned him the attention of the most feared warlord in the region. Under this warlord, Bibaku learned the art of battle, of strategy, of power. He rose quickly, from a nameless warrior to a leader of men. The same people who once would have ignored him now bowed in respect. With every battle, his legend grew. Warriors followed him not because of fear, but because of loyalty. And then, one day, he returned to his home. But this time, he did not return as Bibaku the Broken. He returned as Bibaku the Warlord. The village that once cast him aside now stood before him, trembling. The same elders who ignored his cries now kneeled in submission. The bullies who tormented him now begged for mercy. But Bibaku was not cruel. He did not seek revenge. He sought justice. Before taking power, he tested those who once wronged him. He asked the elders, "What is strength?" Some answered that strength was having many warriors. Others said it was wealth. But one elder, now frail, spoke, "Strength is knowing when to fight and when to show mercy." Bibaku smiled. He knew now that true power was not in destruction, but in building something greater. With wisdom, strength, and honor, he ruled the village, uniting the people, protecting them, making them stronger than they had ever been. And so, the bullied boy became a warrior, the warrior became a warlord, and the warlord became a king. And so, my friends, remember this: no one's destiny is written in stone. Even the weakest can rise, even the forgotten can be remembered, and even the bullied can become kings. If you enjoyed this tale, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, every legend begins with a struggle.